In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a disturbing fan theory about Cubone, and it actually is pretty legit. So I think you want to stick around to hear about this one, because when I read it, I thought it was really cool, and everything kind of clicked. It made sense. So I'm going to get into that. But first off, let me just quickly introduce what's going on here. I am a bit of a Pokemon fan. Not so much nowadays, but back in the day with the Game Boy Advance, 3DS, I played a lot of Pokemon in my time. Over 1,000 hours I reckon I've put into Pokemon games. Pokemon Ruby I played for more than 400 hours. I don't know if that's impressive or really sad, but that kind of shows you I've played a lot of Pokemon. And a Pokemon which I always found interesting was Cubone. It had such a morbid story, which really stood out in the Pokemon franchise being such a kid-friendly type of thing. And then you've got this Pokemon wearing the skull of its dead mum. A little bit disturbing, but cool. Maybe cool is not the right phrase to use for that. Bit inappropriate. Another Pokemon which I always found strange was Kangaskhan. It's this big Pokemon that's tough as hell. Definitely what you'd imagine a final stage evolution to be. It just seemed weird that it didn't have any earlier stage evolutions, especially because it's got the little baby in its pouch. You'd think there would be an in-between stage. Well, maybe there is. Let me read you an article about this exact theory by Duncan Chetrafilov. I'll leave links down below where you can read it for yourself and check out more of his work. Let me get my narrator voice going. Just have a sip of tea. And let's jump into it. How Pokemon confirmed the dark Cubone/Kangaskhan theory. I just realized drinking tea just makes me do like lip smacking sounds, so I apologize. But I love tea. A Pokemon fan theory claims that Cubone is the abandoned offspring of Kangaskhan, placing the two Pokemon in the same evolutionary family. One of the most prevailing and dark Pokemon theories surrounding the maternal relationship between Kangaskhan and Cubone. Fans have long speculated the Pokemon Cubone is actually an orphaned baby Kangaskhan who now wears the bones of its mother for protection. If this theory is true, it would explain exactly why Cubone is considered to be one of the loneliest Pokemon in the franchise. In several Pokédex entries, Cubone is explicitly described as wearing the skull of its dead mother. Should a baby Kangaskhan find itself orphaned, the skull and bones of its parent would provide ample defense for an otherwise helpless Pokemon. The orphaned nature of Cubone is central to its characterization, and a lack of maternal care leads to its evolution into Marowak. So basically Marowak is like the angsty teen evolution without the parental guidance of a caring mum. You've got to admit, Marowak did not feel like a satisfying final evolution. Definitely felt like an in-between stage, and that makes sense with this theory. Sip of tea? And back to the article. It's then believed Marowak would later evolve into a Kangaskhan, in turn completing a 3-stage evolutionary family. Those who support this theory often point out the striking similarities between a Cubone and a baby Kangaskhan's physical appearance. These two Pokemon both feature nearly identical oval head shapes, similar body builds, clawed hands and feet, and a long stump tail. The baby Kangaskhan also has 2 ears, which look notably similar to the protrusions found on the skull Cubone wears. To make a dark Pokemon theory even darker, the skull itself strikes an eerie resemblance to the shape of an adult Kangaskhan's head. Kangaskhan is not unlike a kangaroo in its stature, hence its tendency to carry offspring in a pouch. Cubone's signature move, Bonemerang, also sounds a lot like Boomerang, a possible tie to the Australian outback, from where Kangaskhan might have derived its origins. Well, that's pretty obvious. Kangaskhan, kangaroo, pretty sure that's already been confirmed ages ago. Anyway, in Pokemon Red and Blue, it is theorized that Marowak was originally supposed to evolve into Kangaskhan. Since these games were geared towards a younger audience, an orphaned baby Kangaskhan wearing the skull of its dead mother may have been deemed too dark of a story, and in turn, Kangaskhan became a standalone Pokemon. Game Freak, rather than removing the code attached to Kangaskhan's evolutionary chain, moved Marowak's evolution number to one that doesn't exist in the game's Pokédex. Many point to the presence of the glitch Pokemon M as proof of this theory, as some believe it to be the remains of a scrapped Marowak prototype. In fact, if a player is able to successfully catch and level up the M, there is a slight chance that it may evolve into a Kangaskhan. If you want to read more about this glitch Pokemon, check out the article and there's a link to it. It's a whole nother story, but it does add extra validity to this theory, so go read that if you're interested. With the release of Pokemon Sun and Moon, more evidence has surfaced over the legitimacy of this fan theory. The game's introduced a new game mechanic, Call for Help, which allows wild Pokemon to call in reinforcements when they hit a low HP threshold. Most often, these calls are met with the introduction of another Pokemon in the same species, or a Pokemon within the same evolutionary family. However, when Cubone calls for backup, it receives either another Cubone or a Kangaskhan. This strongly suggests the presence of a relationship between these two Pokemon, given the evolutionary family mechanics surrounding the Call for Help action. While the Pokemon Company has not directly addressed the validity of these claims, it's hard to overlook the striking similarities. With so much evidence pointing towards the legitimacy of a relationship between Cubone and Kangaskhan, this theory seems to feel quite plausible, especially since multiple Pokemon fan theories have turned out to be true in the past. This theory is poised to keep fans searching for more evidence as anticipation grows over the next game in the Pokemon series. And that's about it, for now at least. Seems pretty legit to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hopefully you enjoyed my drawing of a disturbed Cubone. I mean, pretty fair enough that he's disturbed. He's wearing the skull of his dead mum, and he's got like a bone as well. I don't know if that's a leg bone. Uses that to bash you across the head. That is a whole lot of morbid, and I like it. Now I just sound like a freak. Again. Okay, I'll stop. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll be back with some more drawing videos. Let me know if you want to see some different type of videos like this. I've got creepypasta videos. I've got some other stuff planned as well. I want to do more drawings in my sketchbook. I want to try and make more videos, draw more, and just produce awesome content for you guys. So subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next drawing video. Also, massive thank you to all my patrons for supporting the channel. Really appreciate you guys. Any of you who would like to support my channel that little bit extra, feel free to check out my Patreon and support me there. But I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.